and I love and practice English. And now I go start learning Spanish too. So I can participate the Spanish meeting in the future.
Te vas a lograr pronto. You're going to be nailed.
Mm.
And you, Luis, can you present yourself for us?
Hi everyone, my name is Luis. I have 28. I live in Minas Gerais in a city called Martim Campos. It's a small city, really small. And that's it. I have a dog. I am a dog person. I like to ride a bike. I work with cybersecurity. I graduated in mechatronics, engineer. And that's it. It's a pleasure to be here on TNT always. And we are here we are to improve our communication. I think that this platform helps us not just in English, but in general communication. And I strongly recommend to a lot of people, to my friends too, mainly in this month, because in this month, Talk and Talk are open for new members free. And that's it. I think it's very important.
Perfect. Nice to have you here, as always, for once.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. And guys, so my name is Luan, and I'm from São Sebastião da Boa Vista, Pará, but I've been living in Ribeirão Preto, São Paulo, since the beginning of this year. I always say that. And I'm a pharmacist. I'm 23 years old, and I'm doing my master's degree in pharmacology, pharmacology. So the same path, I guess. And it's been great. And I have been on TNT since 2020, and since the pandemic started. But I left and I returned, and I left and I returned again, and I left and returned again. And for the fifth time, I guess, I'm here to be a host. And since the September, so 3 months, I guess. And it was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to me. It's always a grateful to have you all here. And blah, 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 blah. Let's gonna start our questions today. France and England are playing, so they have a bunch of players from other countries, and their parents are for Cameroon, for Belgium, for African countries or American countries. And we're gonna talking about immigration. I think it's a good topic to discuss. So I'd like to ask you the question number 2 is on the chat. What are your thoughts about immigration? Should it exist? What do you think, Luis?
Luan, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you share the questions to me? Because I back and
Yeah. Just 1 second.
Right.
I'm going to share with you again.
I back and the questions disappear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
nothing. Happens a lot. So, Luis, can you answer this one for us?
Yes, thank you. And let's go. Well, I thought that I will start for the second, if should it exist, because I think yes. I think immigration could happen. I think that depends on the country that you want. And there is countries that could be more hard than others. I think that takes times. It could take a long time. Sometimes you pass a lot of years in one country. I think that it's a long process, could be hard. It's not easy, not just for the cultural reasons, but could be hard to live in another country, maybe so far for your family. And that's it. I think that could be good. Depends on the personal case, of course, but could be good. And there is a pros and cons. And it's a deep question to list here, but to summarize this. But that's it. I think this can happen, could be hard. And there is a pros and cons.
Perfect. Don't worry, there's a bunch of questions to discuss in the next ones.
Yes, of course.
And Claudia, what do you think about it?
Should it exist?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I think like my colleague says about it. I think when you need go out the country, the place you live, it is a bad thing. It is no good. But depend what the people stay in your country. Like if you don't have job or can't live in this country, I think it's better you try other place. But I think it is terrible if you need go out your country. I think it's terrible, but exists, unfortunately.
Nice answer. And you, Victor, what do you think about it?
So I think the human race is in the mainly experience we are built to immigrate, because regardless of our comfort or our stage, our country, we sometimes need to change our home. And I think in Brazil this occurs a lot, but Brazil is so big, and we can migrate inside our country. And I think it's part of the human race, since we are we are in development. And I think it should exist. It is nature. It's part of the nature of the animals. The majority of the animals are doing this, since the earth is the earth. And for me, it's this. And I'm planning to immigrate. I'm doing financial reserve, and I hope I can complete my degree in the next year. And I will try to find a job abroad and migrate with my family. Can I read the next question?
Of course. Go on.
Why do people migrate? But I think I just shared my thoughts about it. And what about you, Claudia?
Why do people migrate? So I think is the principal point when you don't feel safe in your country. No safe. It is no safe for you. It is no comfortable, and if you don't have job or no food. So I think is the points, bad points to you need to think about go out your country for try better I don't know, better things in other country. I think it's like that.
And you, Luis?
I'm totally agree with Claudia and Vitor. I think that Vitor brought a very smart point, that we can see this as a part of nature, all right? Not just for us human beings, but a lot of animals do this. And the reasons, I think that mainly could be to get a better life in any kind of aspect. Could be a better health system to, or better jobs, or for safe reasons or political reasons. There's a lot of things. There is a lot of aspects that could lead the people migrate. And even inside of our country, this can happen all the moment. And that's it.
No, I think here you all are right. Me, for example, I'm a migrant inside of my own country. It's okay, it's not another, but I have to immigrate because where I lived, there is no one post-graduated program in my area. So we have to move from here, for example. So I think it's a natural movement for human beings and animals like that, for example, birds, mammals. So I think it's normal, like you guys said. And we can go to the next question, guys. Is the question number 4. It's 4. And Claudia, can you read this one and answer for us?
Should immigration be controlled or free? Controlled or free? Yeah. Good question, and hard question too.
It's about Europe.
Yeah, should be or free. So I don't know. I think if it is for free, it is. I think it's not good. I don't know, because like Brazil, if we in receive at the same time many people migrate to Brazil, I think it is not good for the system, né? But and like United States, it's so hard to immigrate to United States, and the people pass for hard things to go there. But I don't know. I think it need to be controlled. I think it is important because I don't know. I think it will be like a mess. I'm here, but now I go to Italy, live there. I think it's no good. I think it need to be controlled.
Good answer. And you, Victor, should immigration be controlled or free?
So I agree with Claudia, and I think if immigration wasn't controlled, it was a mess, and we can watch around the world some crises about immigration, as you said, Europe, and it's hard. Sometimes people are passing through hard times like war, like poverty, but we have the social point in this, and we have the political point too. And I think for me, this needs to be controlled because I don't want to live in a mess. And I think everyone don't want this in a good way. For me, is this. And what about you, Luis?
I think it should be free. My answer is just this.
Fast answer.
Yes, because, well, there is a lot of reasons. It's a deep question, but a lot of people want to get to live better, and that is no problem for me. If I want to migrate, why the others cannot do this? That's right. Why? What I have of special that don't don't have? I'm not better than worse than anyone. I'm not better or worse than anyone. There's a lot of people that want to go to other country to get a lot of a better job. Why the other people can get these too? All right. Who caused the wars? There is a lot of people causing the wars, or the governments. Why they don't want to skip the war? And for me, that's it. Who wants to live in poverty? And for me, there's a lot of things that we can say about it, but that's it.
That is the reason of the question. To
Yes.
share with you and trying to think it deep and give us a deep answer. You're not obligated, of course, and I'm really agree with you. We are on the same page. However, I understand these points of Claudia and Victor, because
course.
yeah, it's always about culture.
Yes.
For example, perhaps you don't want to have a immigration here. That's about the people from other culture, Christians, Islamics, Jews people, or not the culture, or you're not getting into the increase of crimes. Oh, it could be a deep answers in a lot of them. So, but you're getting there. And the next one, it's question number 5. So Victor, as you answer, can you read this one for us?
Okay. Where you live, are there immigrants? If yes, where are they from?
And think of your city, for example, or your neighborhood.
So I work as intern in a dealer Volkswagen, and I attend. I don't know if it's the correct word, but I receive the people to sell cars, and I receive a lot of immigrants, 2 Germans, one Italian, one American. And in the company that I currently working, we have a lot of Haitians and a lot of in the South America. It's another country. I don't know if it's from Colombia or from Bolivia And I think I have a colleague in my company. We talk sometimes. He speak Portuguese so good, and sometimes I forget he's an immigrant. He is from República Dominicana, and I really enjoy to talk to foreigners. So now I want to talk in English, but here in my city, I only have the opportunity to talk in Portuguese. But just this here, I met a lot of them. And what about you, Luis?
Well, here there isn't a lot of immigrants, but there is just a few. That was people from Argentina. There is at this time people from Venezuela, and that's it. I knew some people here from German, from the United States, but at this time that I remember, it's just Venezuelan people. And I lived with a German and with a Serbian in the university, but not here in my city.
Nice. And do you have communicate with them in English or trying to learn German in another language?
Well, the Serbian guy spoke a little bit of English, and it was a time that I improved my English. I tried to teach him Portuguese, but I don't know. I think I didn't so good with this. But the German guy spoke Portuguese very well, and I just speak in Portuguese with him. But the Serbian just speak English.
Nice, man. Really nice to know
Yes,
that.
it was a very different culture. It's really, really different.
And you, Claudia?
Oh, I live in Belo Horizonte, so I don't meet any immigrant. I don't meet. I'd like. I sometimes I think about to be. I'd like to be a volunteer to receive the talk with the immigrants, but I don't know if Belo Horizonte receive. I'd like search for it, but I'd like to be a volunteer. I'd like have the experience, like Vitor says, to talk with the immigrants. I think it's interesting.
Noble for you. It's really noble. And here, and I'm living in Ribeirão Preto, there aren't so many immigrants from other countries, but I'm studying at USP, and USP has a bunch of people from other cultures different, France, Venezuelan, and I'm living in Republic, in the Students' Republic, so there are people from Ecuador, Nicaragua, Paraguay, these guys are really great, and they are speaking in Spanish in different accents. It's so nice to know, so nice to hear them, and the culture is so different. Sometimes it's so similar. It's really nice to meet, know these people. I love the living here and meet these guys, I guess. And guys, next question is question number 6. Yeah, just 6 seconds. So Luis, can you read this for us and answer, of course?
Yes, thank you. Is migration inside the country a good thing? Yes, I think yes, because we are living in a big country with different aspects, different cultures, a different kind of societies. And if someone wants to get another experience or search for something that don't have in his region, I think that could be good to go to other region and search for what everyone wants. Sometimes could be hard because to be far from our family or culture could be hard, but could be a grow process. All right, could be a growing process. And that's it. I'm not so good to answer. I'm not better person to answer this question. I think you are the good person. You are a good person to answer this. But I think this could be good.
Perfect. And you, Claudia, what do you think about it?
I think it is good thing. I'm raised and live in Belo Horizonte, so I never lived in other state, other city, but I think it's interesting. Interesting. you meet other city, other people, like the our friend says, like Brazil, it's large, it's big. So I think it's interesting. You can go to the south, north. I think it's interesting. But I live in Belo Horizonte and no migrate ainda yet for the other city.
And you, Victor?
I think it's very good because it's as I said, it's part of the human being. And I when I was a child, I moved to this city with my parents. So I was born in the greater São Paulo, but I don't like to be there. And I have family there, but I didn't go to there. But if my plans to immigrate to another country doesn't work, I want to migrate inside our country because we have a lot of culture, we have a lot of good people, and I hope I can travel a lot inside our country and know a little bit more people to know about everyone, to know about new cultures inside our country. Is so rich in this, and I think immigration inside our country is amazing. I really enjoy to meet people from other states.
Yeah,
Can
like
I-
me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Keep it up.
Can I hear the next question? I read the next question.
Sure. Go on.
Do you have a country in mind in which you would like to migrate? Which one?
Think well.
So I don't have a country in mind nowadays. I'm just in saving money and doing my everyday tasks to complete my degree. But I have I don't know the word, but the sister of my wife in the last month went to Portugal, and there is I was searching about it, and there the Brazilians have some I don't like the term facilities, but we have some things that can be better to immigrate. And I for me I was searching about my field in Brazil in mechanical engineering. I work as a maintenance technician since my 15 years old, and here we don't have a good environment to work as an engineer. And my plans to migrate is only because for money, not want to live forever abroad. I want to do my PED, and this. And what about you, Claudia?
I don't have plans to migrate to the other country. I think I'd like only visit some places. To me, Brazil is the better place to live. I prefer stay here in my country.
Fair enough, Claudia. I'd like to say something similar. And you, Luis?
Well, I don't have plans to migrate right now. I did. I've thought about Ireland in the past. I started to plan this in the past, but sometimes I change my mind. right? I've been changing in the last years. I don't know, maybe the pandemic times change a little bit. My vision about to migrate. And that's it. I'm here to improve my English, maybe get a job abroad, but not exactly to migrate. Right now, I prefer to be here.
Yeah, I'm totally understand you. I really love Brazil, and I'd like to migrate for another country, for example, Canada. It's about my studies for 1, 2, 3 years, but return. It's better than live abroad, I guess. But I have never uh, dwelling lived, so I cannot answer. What do you like to say?
Yes, it's I agree with you. It could be good to have this experience. I think that could be good to, I don't know exactly, but to improve my English, maybe French in some regions of Canada, but not exactly migrate right now. I think that could be good place to have an internship experience. There is South Africa, there is some countries in Europe that speak English, like Ireland, Malta. I've thought about it, but not exactly migrate. I just want to live here, and that's it.
Perfect. And the next one is question number 8. So could departure of migrants leave the country of origin and weekend? For example, if someone departures from Brazil and Brazil now it's uh, weak than other ones. What do you think about it, Claudia?
Wake. What is me waking? Wake.
Weak é fraco, por exemplo. Se alguém sair do Brasil, o Brasil fica fraco, se enfraquece.
So the part immigrant leave the country.
Origin.
Não entendi muito bem essa pergunta.
Let me
Oh my
explain
God.
you. Let me explain you. I'm sorry. For example, we have a lot of programs here, like Victor, for example, or other guys like work on technological information. If these guys, for example, leave Brazil, Brazil would lose workers or good people, and Portugal, Canada will receive these guys. So Canada, Portugal will be strong and Brazil weak. And do you understand now?
Okay. Entendi. I understand. Like the people, like the people work in tech.
Exactly. It happens a lot.
Technology. So learning, and when you graduate, you go out. But I think it's not good for the camp. I think they need have in the country like Brazil keep this professional and I keep them with the better payment paid for, because I think it's not a good thing to migrate better professionals for the other country.
Nice answer. And you, Victor, what do you think?
I think it's so bad to the country because it's like regardless of the education of the people, it's like because sometimes I read about it, and sometimes the people that immigrate to other countries are young, and our country lost a lot of new blood to work, and some I think it's a political problem and economic something related to this, but I think it's so bad to the country, and I really like to live here, but I had some bad experiences here with some violence and things like criminals, and I think it's so bad to the country because I read a news about it. It's called in Portuguese fuga de cérebros, when the graduated or the masters or the educated and the universities go to work abroad, and it's growing in the last 10 years, and it's so bad. I think it's when the country uh, control doesn't control no not doesn't improve the lives of the people that are trying to improve their education. It's common they will go work abroad. And what about you, Luis?
I agree with all you. This isn't so good. I think this happens in the last years. This happened in the last years in Brazil. There is a lot of good people going out because they are searching for better conditions. I think we are a good country, we are a powerful country, but it's not good to see good people going out, I think.
No, I think the same, exactly the same. Unfortunately, it happens in my area, Victor's area, in all areas of course,
Yes.
workers had to go out and make money abroad because here we don't have or we can't have. After all, it's a sad thing. And enjoying the World Cup. And the next question is about it, football. It's about immigration. So, should players in the World Cup play for their country of origin instead of play for the others? For example, Portugal team has 3 Brazilians. French team has 6, 7 people from other parts of the country. In Tunisia, there's a lot of French people. So these guys should play it from the country of origin or can change whatever they want. What do you think about it, Luis?
Well, I think that they can play for the team that they want. If they had the opportunity in another country, I I don't see problem in this. This could be a little bit polemic in some contexts, but I don't see big problems in this. All right.
And you, Victor?
Oh, I totally agree with Luis. For me, it isn't a problem. I think if the player receive the opportunity to play for another country, they should go because mainly in Brazil, because we have a lot of professional players, and I think some Brazilians don't fit in the Brazilian soccer team, Brazil soccer team, and they need to work to another country. I think is totally acceptable, and is this? And what about you, Claudia?
I think would be better if the players stay on the country de origem, but for it the country like Brazil you need keep, but give condition for it. How the country don't have conditions. I think it's better go out, because if you is a good player and can win more out Brazil, okay, but if the count keep, then will be better for the team. Like now, World Cup. I don't understand about football, soccer, but I think that I don't saw. Não teve assim, uma química entre os jogadores. I think it's because each player live in a different country. I think it's not good, but
I'm totally agree with you. If the countries didn't do any opportunities for the players, they can go whatever they want, I guess. And let me give them the most welcome back, Charles, Victoria, Zaya. Welcome back to this main room. How was your conversation? Did you answer all the questions or not? How was it, Charles?
Yeah, talk with Kuzaya and Victoria Ranch. It's amazing. Was amazing. Victoria has one beautiful accent in English. Kuzaya, I already know from others meeting, and each day
Yes.
it's more sharp. And I enjoy talk with her. Maybe we share the same opinions a lot of times, and it's amazing talk with her. Yeah, that's it. Amazing as well.
Perfect. And for you, Kuzaya, like you were mentioned.
Yes, it was nice. I'm always learning new things, new words, and it's good listening to other opinions. I'm thinking in my way, and when I listen to other way of thinking, it's good for me. It was nice.
Nice to hear that. And for you, Victoria, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, of course. It was perfect. We can answer all of the questions and have time to talk more about other things. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I think this topic is so large, and we can have a conversation with what they want. This week I had to end our meetings a little bit earlier, but next year or next week, here we are again. And guys, and last but not least, here is our survey for this week. Before I forget, I'm always forget to share it with this. We can answer, and just remember, you can have your criticisms, your compliment. You can do whatever. You can type and write whatever they want, and you can make your suggestions. You can talk in or type something bad about me, something good, and please give us our feedback. It's so important. And then again, I had to end this meeting a little bit earlier this week, but I think that we have a great conversation. I'd like to thank you, all of you, in this afternoon: Victor, Claudia, Charles, Luis, Victoria, and Kosaya. And I hope to see you again another week in the same hour, in the same time, Brazilian time, and 5 p.m. and always Saturday, I guess. And guys, thank you, all of you, in this afternoon.
Thank you all.
Bye.
So
See you
Bye, guys.
also, it's
It
a
was a
pleasure
pleasure.
to meet you here.